Welcome to Massanutten Regional Library's online book talks. I'm Mr. Randy. Today we're going to take a look at 4 Little Red Riding Hood books. The first book we're going to take a look at is Little Red Riding Hood retold by Beatrix Potter, illustrated by Helen Oxenbury. You may remember her from The Bear Goes Over the Mountain, great illustrations. Oxenbury's almost pastel illustrations give this version a quintessential English country feel. The wolf, he's in the knickers of a squire. Little Red Riding Hood has her long cape and hood on. And the ending is also very traditional. And that was the end of Little Red Riding Hood. You see where he's gobbled her up. We have the woodcutters chasing, so we don't know, do the woodcutters catch him and release her, or does he get away to digest her? Well, I guess when I think of classic versions, this version's what comes to mind. So if you want a classic version for a classroom read aloud or a bedtime story, you'll probably end up breaking it down over a few readings, not sitting down and reading it all at once, but it's well worthwhile. The next version we're going to look at is Red Riding Hood Was Rotten. This is retold from the point of view of the wolf. It's by Trisha Speed Shaskan and illustrated by Gerald Garalis. In the beginning of this story, the wolf claims to be a vegetarian, but he hasn't had anything to eat for a long time. And Little Red in her outfit happens to look like a plump, juicy, delicious apple. A very conceited little apple, by the way. Following the classic storyline, the wolf gets to Little Red's grandma's house first. He eats Grandma, but only because she looks like a Granny Smith apple in her green outfit, and the wolf is very hungry. Then he eats Little Red when she shows up. He says she was rotten, a little rotten, but she was better than nothing. So if you want a version from the wolf's point of view, that and Little Red and the grandmother don't come across as quite the nicest characters, this would be a version to check out. All right, our third Little Red Riding Hood is a graphic novel retold by Martin Powell and illustrated by Victor Rivas. So this would work for a slightly older group of kids. Some of the idea of the illustrations. It takes place in Transylvania. There's a fortune teller in it. A little bit different twist. A really great wolf. I mean, if you want a creepy wolf, this is the guy, this is the book for you. The fortune teller gives the grandmother red magic yarn to protect the thing dearest to her, so Grandma knits a magic Red Riding Hood for her granddaughter Ruby. This hood will protect her during the daylight, but what happens when she ends up confronting this wolf at night? You would need to read to find out, but if you have children who are into graphic novels but you still want to be exposed to a classic tale, this is definitely the one. The last Little Red version we're going to look at is Little Red by Bethan Woollvin. It wasn't long before Little Red arrived and found that the door to Grandma's house was already open. She peeked in through the window. She couldn't see Grandma, but she could see a badly disguised wolf waiting in Grandma's bed, which might have scared some little girls, but not this little girl. She made a plan and went inside. This book breaks tradition because Little Red is not gullible. She's not naive. She gets what the wolf is up to from the very beginning, and she takes care of herself. And the way she takes care of herself, you see in this picture when she notices him badly disguised, you see the axe? Well, she takes the axe inside, and the wolf says, "Eat you with." She thinks about it. Then you see her leaving. She's actually wearing the fur of the wolf when she leaves, so you know that she is taking care of the problem. Some parents may not like this ending. I've used it with children. I never point this out to children when I'm reading with classes. Some children pick up on it and some don't, but I love this ending. If you want to, this is, of the 4, my favorite. So if you're looking for just a super read aloud, and I would also encourage you to check out her other things. Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel, she's up and coming. I think she's going to be great for a long time as an author and illustrator. So I encourage you to check out any of these 4 from the Massanutten Regional Library. Older kids, go to the graphic novel. Wolf's point of view, Red Riding Hood Was Rotten. You want that more traditional classic feel and illustrations, check out the Beatrix Potter. And if you just want the best version, go to Bethan Woollvin. Thank you for joining us.